Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Mr. O here. Hope you guys are doing well. Your word today is seethe. It's an easy one. You got this. Hit pause. Figure out that definition part of speech. You got this. All right, we got the word seethe. We got the word seething. We got the word seethed. There's only one part of speech that changes based on tense, and that is a verb. Very well done. Okay, so babies seethe when they teethe. I don't know about you guys, but I can remember vividly when I was teething, and boy, it was a real bear. Just kidding, obviously. But anywho, what do babies do when they teeth? They scream, they cry, they're uncomfortable. Let's see if we can use these other sentences to really get a really good synonym. I could see my father start to seethe as he read the phone bill. So, unlike a baby, I imagine when your dad sees the phone bill, he's not going to cry. But imagine the body language of your dad as he sees a huge phone bill. He would start to maybe boil, not literally, right? But like start to become really agitated, really angry, right? Like in a cartoon sense, maybe steam comes out of his ears, right? Um, so seethe is a state of agitation, right? If a king is seething with anger, right, it's like they're boiling over, they're getting really upset. So very good. All right, my friends. Hopefully you have your notebook out and you're ready for our next type of poem. Drum roll, please. Our next type of poem is an ode. Oh dear. An ode is a poem praising or glorifying an event, individual, or thing in an exaggerated way. Basically, an ode is a poem that glorifies something, right? It praises it over the top. Now, it could praise an event, it doesn't have to be a thing, right? I might write an ode to my purple pen. I could write an ode to the NBA Finals. I love the NBA. Um, or you could write it to an ode about a person, maybe somebody in your life that is really important to you. You could write a poem praising them. You could write a poem about Abraham Lincoln. Um, Odes are very over the top, like they're ridiculous. Okay, so you praise something over and over again, so much so, like if I was writing an ode to a pen, I might start talking to it, right? Like, oh, purple pen, the way you leave traces of yourself all over my hands. I wish we could be friends forever. You could actually talk to the object. So odes are really dramatic and over the top. Okay? So I want you to read this ode with me. I'm going to read one line and I want you to read one line. We'll go back and forth, all right? So this story, or this poem rather, is called Ode to the Sausage by Jimmy Morrill. Oh, sausage sizzling in your succulent fat. Yet you dissolve in spite of them. Those who say you are nothing but crude fat. Your crispy softness. Oh, considered impure by many. A serpent of kielbasa. Presidents have their nations. A world of imperfection has you. All right, my friends. So as you can see, odes are poems and they're so over the top, right? So this poem is clearly praising how delicious sausage is, which I can understand. I have sausage almost every morning. And it just talks about how amazing and how delicious it is. And it's truly hyperbolic, right? It's comparing sausage to how a president has a country. Well, we have sausage, right? It's really over the top. And that's what odes are all about. You praise things. All right. So one thing I want to point out to you guys, odes do not have to rhyme, okay? So they don't have to rhyme. They don't have to have a certain number of syllables, like a haiku. Do you remember a haiku is 575? Um, the what makes a poem an ode is what the poem is about. Odes are all about worshiping or really praising objects, okay? So basically, there are no rules for odes. They can look like whatever they want to look like. But an ode, all odes praise and worship objects, all right, or events. So what I want you to do, I want you to quiz yourself, all right? I've got 6 poems here, and I want to see if you can correctly identify what type of poem it is, all right? So put away your notes, see how well you can do on this, and correct yourself, all right? This will help prepare you for the actual quiz, which is coming up soon. Cough, cough. All right. Number 1. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. All right, so that's number 1. Please hit pause if you need more time. Number 2. A moment before time, there's this one beautiful, I can't even read that, one beautiful scene, a moment between you and me. Hit pause if you need more time. Number 3, I know a schoolboy from Dubai who was baked by mistake in a pie. To his mother's disgust, he emerged through the crust and exclaimed, "What a good boy am I!" That is number 3. Hit pause if you need more time. Number 4, teachers. The mission of teachers evolving is never over as we hearken to answer calls that build character, helping hearts discover every hope life has to offer, rousing within a winner, stronger to face the future. What type of poem is number 4? Number 5. Butterfly, oh butterfly, why do you hide in the shadows? Spread wide your wings, let your heart sing, and come dance with me in the meadow. Butterfly, oh butterfly, why do you fear? You'll never stray, I'll lead the way. Just follow the path, I'll be near. Butterfly, oh butterfly, have you no hope? Drink of the sun, our life's just begun. Through time's hills and valleys we'll lope. Butterfly, oh butterfly, dare you to dream? On our hearts we depend. Shall we follow the wind and consign to the fate's grander scheme? All right, so what type of poem would that be? And then our last one, autumn, leaves with specks of gold, gently dance above the earth. The tree is left bare. Wonderful. So let's start with number 6. This is a 3-line poem, 575, which makes it a haiku. Very good. This poem is all about butterflies and how beautiful they are. It's almost like a poem where the poet is speaking directly to a butterfly. Which would be kind of strange, right? They're not going to talk back to you. So anywho, this is a poem praising butterflies, so it is an ode. If you look across, you see the word teachers, and the subject of the poem is about teachers and the mission for teachers. So that makes it an acrostic. You can tell that this is a limerick because it's 5 lines. It goes, rhyme scheme is A-A-B-B-A, and it has that song-like quality. I know a schoolboy from Dubai who was baked by mistake in a pie, right? So that's a limerick. Number 2, this poem forms a concrete image, so it is a concrete poem. And number 1, this poem has no rules. It is free from rules. There is a line that is just the word saving, right? So it doesn't have to have a certain number of syllables. It doesn't have a rhyme scheme. So that makes it a free verse poem. So very good. So let's move on to your prompt for today. And at this point, I'm just gonna go right to the assignment, which is on classwork, right? So when you go on classwork, all the poems for this week are listed. Poems 4, 5, and 6, limerick, ode, and ballad. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. All right, because the prompt is also on this sheet. So right here is the poem that you wrote on Monday. I wrote about a time where I ripped my pants while dancing. There once was a man who danced you into a trance. He'd bend, then he'd split, but now he wished he'd quit because he absolutely shredded his pants. So that's my poem from Monday. Now, if you scroll down, you can see the poem for today, Wednesday. And the first thing I want you to do, I want you to make a list of things that drive you crazy. So we've got Mr. O's class, for sure, alarm clocks, silly questions. For example, does spelling count? That question drives me crazy. What else drives me crazy? Dandelions, oh my gosh, they're everywhere. What else? Things that drive me crazy. Mice, when they eat my food. Oh my gosh, it grosses me out. Oh my gosh, I have a ton of fruit flies in my basement right now. I'm not painting a very good picture of my cleanliness, am I? Yikes! Anywho, it's not that we're not clean, we just have such delicious food. Okay. So take a little while and make a list of things that really annoy you. Okay? And then what I want you to do, I want you to pick one of those things. And for this, I'm gonna do alarm clocks. And down here, I'm gonna write an ode that actually glorifies that thing that I dislike. So this is gonna be tricky because odes are all about worshiping and praising things. But now I'm gonna have to praise an alarm clock, which will be a little bit more challenging. Now, you do not have to write an ode about something that you dislike. Okay, I think it's very funny. I'm going to write a very funny poem about alarm clocks and how I really love them. Sarcasm. Okay, you can always, 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 you can write a poem for any of these assignments. You can write a limerick, you can write an ode on anything you want, but I encourage you to write one along the lines of the prompt. So, spend some time writing a hilarious poem, all right, or a serious poem, but have some fun with it and praise an object that you despise, all right? If you're going to write about uh, someone who annoys you, I recommend that you name that person Mr. O, because even if you're not writing about me, but I know I do annoy you quite a bit. But anywho, please name that person Mr. O. And feel free to roast me, right? Write a poem about, how much your neck hurts after being in Mr. O's class because you're falling asleep so hard, right? All right, I love you guys. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Catch you later.